Okay, so for those of you that don't know me, I am Victoria Bond, and I have been broke most of my life. In fact, like 99% of my life, I've been broke, and I've been broke spiritually, mentally, and physically. And what I mean by that is spiritually, I was riddled with fear. Spiritually, I was riddled with fear. I was brought up religious, nothing against religion. I have a beautiful connection with, divine and whatnot. And I learned a lot of things, and I'm super grateful for that. But I was in massive amounts of fear of being wrong and not being worthy of money. And of course, mentally, I never thought I was good enough. I was not good enough to be rich, or good enough to be loved, I suppose, or good enough to be happy, because you've got to earn your right to be happy and rich, right? Like, I mean, hello, we live here on planet Earth, and there's rich people, there's, average people, you come from an average household, then there's poor people. So you fit into a category also known as, we have this tall poppy thing going on. We have these different levels of income, and you slot yourself into somewhere depending on how you were brought up. So there's a lot of kind of money mindset stuff, which is linked to, of course, your upbringing, and then your grandparents and your great-grandparents, and so on and so forth, of where you fit into society. As you can remember, back in the day, you probably don't remember, but you've probably been there in your past lives, that you were married off to a suitor who had money. Like it's just the way it is, So we all know this stuff. So mentally, I felt like I wasn't good enough because I wasn't clever enough, because I failed school, because I'm slightly dyslexic, because I get my words jumbled, because I don't know what the hell they're talking about at school. So I switched off. It's something I do. And physically, I was exhausted. So I was in scarcity and broke in every single level of my life. Seemingly had the perfect life, being, a hairdresser, having children, having my husband, having a house. But we worked our butts off. We worked our butts off. I've worked since I was 12 years old. 12 years old. Like, if I wanted a Billabong bag, I had to work. If I wanted nice bikinis, I had to work. Like, I'm sure some of you will resonate with me. We're all from different backgrounds, but this is just my experience in the background of how, and then I'm going to show you how I shifted this and shifted my entire reality. So physically, by the time I hit 30 and I'm having my kids, I'm exhausted. I'm psychic medium, and I'm fighting everything in my bones, fighting everything to do with this 5D reality, because I was still in fear of who I truly was and my superpowers, and God forbid getting tattoos, or God forbid being rich and having more than others. Like, what would that mean? Am I going to go to hell? Am I selfish? What about being humble? So all of these things in the back of our mind. So I decided when I was in bed and I couldn't get up, and I wasn't happy, even though I had the most gorgeous husband in the world. I absolutely love him. He's so beautiful. I've been with him since I was 16. Even though I had 2 gorgeous children, a business I loved, and a house that I loved, and I was still depressed, lying in bed going, what the F is wrong with me? I realized that no one was going to help me. The doctors certainly wouldn't. They wouldn't give me medication when I begged, because I looked like this. I still looked happy. And then I noticed that this was a part of why I was here, because I look around at all those other mamas that were walking to school, that were like basically walking around, and they looked like they were just sad, like underneath their eyes. And I was like, if I'm feeling like this, and I think I'm a pretty together person, I'm feeling broke spiritually, mentally, and physically, feeling like the world it's really hard. Like, life is hard. That's how I was feeling. Then other people are feeling that way too. And I made it my absolute mission to change that. Absolute mission. So now I'm here sharing with you exactly what I have done over the last few years to not only change my spiritual reality, where I've done light language 6 or 7 times in the last 24 hours. You're going to receive light language today, and some activation, some codes, and all of these things that are coming through me. Not only have I received that, and I am spiritually successful. I want to say I'm spiritually guided and led, and I help transform lives every day by utilizing spirit. I get paid by spirit. Paid. How incredible is that? Not only do I do that, I am mentally strong. I am so mentally strong. I can see the gaps in the world with no judgment and see how I can help others with their gaps. And I'm no longer physically exhausted. I'm physically healthy. I jump out of bed at 5:30. I go for a run. I can give my children the time and energy that they require. I'm a projector in the human design, which I'm going to talk a little bit about today. So I don't have a hell of a lot of energy, but I tell you what, I know now that the work is in the resting, the work is in the receiving, the work is in the surrendering and the having the faith. Now, this sounds really woo-woo. And I get that most of you are thinking in your head, you must work hard for money. You must work 9 to 5. You must get the paycheck that particular way to pay the rent, to pay the food, to pay the school fees, to pay for the trips away, to pay for your clothes and food. But what if it wasn't that way? And what if truly, no word of a lie, when these entrepreneurs are saying to you, my life transformed when I aligned to who I was, what if they're not full of shit? What if that's exactly what they did? And that was a question I asked. What if that coach and that coach and that coach who are actually on the beach having fun and going on holidays, what if they're making copious amounts of money and they're not hustling? Is that even possible? My husband goes, no, it's not possible. It's a lie. They're telling you that on Facebook. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just going to try it out. I'm going to try it out. So, of course, this came when I had these awarenesses. Now, jumping straight back, I'm going to go back to my notes so I don't waffle on for too long. So basically what happened is I'm depressed in bed. The doctors won't give me any meds. My husband is calling me a psychopath. Sorry, Luke, if you're watching this, but you did. And I'm saying, help me. I want to jump. I wasn't going to jump, but I had to make a choice to live or die. Now, I don't mean physically. I wasn't going to kill myself physically. I had children. I wasn't going to do that. But what I meant was spiritually. And what I meant was on the soul level, I was going to give up and I was going to conform and let those eyes be sad and be the wife and be the mom and do the things. There's nothing wrong with being a wife and mom. I love it. Don't get me wrong. But I knew I had a fire for something else. And I knew nobody understood and I had to do that inner work. So I thought, fuck it, I'm going to do it. And what I did was I got a piece of paper and I started fresh. And I went, you know what? Spiritually, I'm scared. Mentally, I'm weak. If someone says boo to me right now, I will cry. And physically, I'm passing out all the time. I don't want to leave the bed. How am I going to get out of this hole? And if you've done life coaching, you'll know that there is a hole. And a lot of the time we're trying to jump down into the hole to bring people out, but we can't do that. I can't do that. I'm not here for victim mode. I'm not here for people who are depressed. I'm here for people who are ready to rise with me. So what I did is I got a piece of paper and I said, what do I believe? You guys, some of you may have heard the story before. And I wrote Jesus, had a very strong connection with Jesus. And I went, oh shit, I was told that. Well, no, rubbed it out, started again. And I went, oh my God, I know nothing about myself. Apart from my name is Victoria, I've got Adley and CJ as my kids and Luke is my husband and I'm a hairdresser. Who am I? I had no idea. And this little bit of excitement came in because the crumble, they call it an ego crumble. The crumble of the attachments was so strong that I cried and I cried and I cried and I said, I have to start fresh. Holy shit. And I started with one thing, and that was the fear. What am I truly afraid of? So I learned how to eliminate fear when it comes to spirit, when it comes to people's judgments, and when it comes to choosing what I want to do. And I learned how to get resilience and how to have courage and to step into my wisdom, which is what I'm going to show you how to do today. Now, that's what I did spiritually. Now, what I did with my mindset is I knew and I realized that I had to get strong, emotional mastery, and mindset mastery. How was I going to do that? I realized I needed someone to help me with that. It wasn't the doctor. It wasn't the doctor who told me to go get my hair done. So I found a coach. The coach just landed in my bloody vortex. I was like, what is a coach? I don't know what a coach was 2 years ago. This wasn't even in my reality. I was a hairdresser and I was coaching people, of course, and doing all these healings I didn't even realize I was doing. Long story short, I had got my first coach to help me organize my head because I was all over the show. And then what I did was I realized that I had all this locked in stuff, emotions that I was told not to cry. So were you. You were told not to cry. Don't have a tantrum. Chill out. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do this. Fit in. Sort yourself out. Pull yourself together. We hear this in society. We hear this from parents. If you were lucky enough to have conscious parents, maybe you didn't. But my parents were great. But there's still this level of unconsciousness because they're not awakened beings that are ready to help the world. So, of course, I cried and I journaled and I let it out, but I'll go into what we're going to do soon. So emotional mastery and mindset mastery is really important. And what these coaches are doing that are making the money is they are tapping into their energy. They are doing the breath work. They are doing the things. They are being held by other people. They're not alone. They're being held by other coaches. I have a coach that holds me. Not because I'm codependent, but because she sees the gaps. We have blueprints and we fill each other's blueprints up. That's why we are spiritually connected to each other, why our souls choose each other, right? So there's all these little golden nuggets I'm kind of popping in there as I riff. And then, of course, so spiritually, the mindset, and I've missed the energetics. Now, the energetics of it is if you are exhausted, it's not about working harder. In fact, I wrote here, working hard for money. Yeah, that's the reality that we're in. That's what the reality seems to be all around us. The fellow projectors on here will know that it's not true because we have burnout after burnout after burnout after burnout. We must reprogram our mind to, if I align, that's how I get money. Not working hard equals money. Aligning equals money. People cannot believe it when I say I go to the beach and then I make 5K. Or I go meditate and have cacao ceremonies and go for like a walk with somebody and I do one Facebook Live and I make a ton of money and it comes through and I'm like, how is this happening? Because not working hard equals money, aligning equals money. This is not what they tell you. Even The Secret doesn't tell you this stuff. It says just think what you want, think what you want, think what you want, but you must raise your vibration. And if you are not the vibration of money, of lots of money, if you still have all of this mindset stuff, thank you, Spirit, they're just now telling me I'm realizing why I missed the energy part of it. If you've got the mindset stuff that it's going, I must work hard for money, I'm from a poor family, I didn't go to university, money is just not my reality, it's never going to happen for me, I haven't done enough, I'm not worth anything because I'm just me. Nothing. I was actually a mistake. I was conceived as a mistake. Like these things they're unconscious. They're in our unconscious. They're not consciously happening. And then we are creating patterns over and over and over and over again. And NLP, hypnotherapy, the things in this workbook, anything like that can help you reprogram that. So you know it's not true. So spiritually, what do? I'm going to do some activations with you guys. Okay, how do we get paid by spirit? Sounds real woo-woo, doesn't it? I know there's a few mediums on here, so you probably know what I'm talking about, but are you getting paid by spirit right now? I get paid by spirit, and I started getting paid by spirit when I realized that I was working for spirit. And if I'm in oh, goodness, hang on a minute. Oh, sorry, just turn my phone down. That's my coach. She's on like speaker because I love her and I want to hear her all the time. You don't need to hear her though. See, true. There's some evidence that I have a coach. I invest a lot of money in coaches. Okay, let's go. So spiritually, I was like, okay, if I'm clearing spirit, if I'm using like, I've got a wand here, now I do. I had this pendulum and I realized that I was an energy clearer. It was one of the first things I realized. And I'm clearing all of you guys today. And I'm clearing all the spirit around you. And I'm giving them a choice whether they want to stay here, because I'm not going to go too much into spirit because this is about money, but a lot of spirit don't realize they're dead. So I let them know that they're dead, and they go and they have choice to go somewhere else because they're stuck in scarcity and they've got fear. They don't think they're good enough and they're exhausted. So of course they haven't passed over, right? So we help clear them with a very simple clearing that I'm going to share with you. And I realized that I was clearing all these spirits, and spirit was coming to me, and I felt like I was cuckoo and crazy, and I was still exhausted and not feeling worthy. But then I went, if I'm working for spirit and people pay for me to do their hair, then spirit will pay me too. How do they pay me? That's really interesting. So this is what I did. If I clear you, you can pay me. And you can come to me when I'm ready to clear you, because I had some energy gaps, some boundary issues. And what would happen is I would sit there and clear Kylie and Emma and Bronwyn and Teal and Cheris. And I would sit there and I would clear every Tom, Dick and Harry that I've ever known. I went through the bloody school book and went, I need to clear every single person because God has given me this. Well, I was kind of a little bit against God because I was a bit annoyed with the religious stuff. So I was like, the universe has given me this tool to clear every person. And I took it quite seriously, and I was still exhausted. So balance, people, everything's about balance. So what I did is I started going, if anyone asks me for a clearing, I'm happy to clear them for free, and I will be paid. I will be paid for clearing. How am I going to get paid? Well, I can get paid energetically. God knows I need some energy. I can get paid in clothes. I can get paid in money. I can get paid in jewels. What else is possible with just being paid by spirit? Let's play. Money starts flowing in. Miracles start happening. Refunds start happening. Energy starts happening. Oh, I've got energy now. I need to bind a whole lot of folders for a class. I was really bad at binding. All of a sudden, boom, it's like something took over my body and binded all the folders. And I'm like, oh my God, I messaged my best friend. I went, guess what? I think spirit just binded all my stuff. And I was like, wow, that's going to create me money because I've got more energy. So spirit pays you, but how is spirit going to pay you when you're petrified of spirit? So anywhere that you are petrified of spirit, can you please acknowledge that now? And I want to tell you why you shouldn't be petrified of spirit, or scared of ghosts, or scared of demons, or scared of the boogeyman. The reason why you shouldn't be is because you are spirit. Are you scared of me? Am I scared of you? No. Just because we've got a physical body, it's the programming that we've had about what spirit is and how scary they are. Some humans are conscious, some are not conscious. Some spirit is conscious, some spirit is unconscious. I know, because I talk to them every day. I probably talk to more spirit than I do to humans. I'm more afraid of humans than I am spirit. So can you please acknowledge that you are a spirit, you are a body, you are not your body, you are expanded, you are a being, and you are a soul. There's three parts of you. There's your body, you are embodied, there's your spirit, and there's your soul. When you pass away, when this body goes back to the earth, there's still a spirit, and your soul will move on. And talk more about that in Magnificent Mediumship. Moving on. Okay, let's do a clearing. The clearing goes, I command any inorganic beings to release their hold and step away from me now. I command any inorganic beings to release their hold and step away from me now. Now, what you'll notice about me saying that is boom, like I've just cleared myself and anybody else by saying that. But the truth is, I'm strong in saying it. I command any inorganic beings to release their hold and step away from me now. If you say, I command any inorganic beings to release their hold and step away from me now, oh, you're probably not going to clear them. If you say F-U-C-K, I know there's children around, so I'm watching my mouth, and you say F-U-C-K off now, the same thing's going to happen. If you go like this, get out, now, then that's what's going to happen. I'm not going to come to Kylie's house at 3 a.m. and say, Kylie, can we chat, please? Because she would say, Kylie, I should say, Victoria, come back in the morning. I'm sleeping right now. So why do we have such loose boundaries with spirit? If spirit are coming to you, if you've got mind chatter, if you are doing work like card pulls and doing all the spiritual stuff, if that stuff's calling you in, you must get paid. Because the truth is, if you've got loose boundaries and go, I was connecting with a spirit at 1 o'clock in the morning, that's on you. That's not on the spirit. Their time is different to ours. Know what you're doing. Know that you're an entity and treat spirit, which is an entity, like you would treat another person, with respect and also with strong boundaries. So that's what you do. Every time you say that clearing, if you want to start getting paid, say it once a day. I command any inorganic beings to release their hold and step away from, and you can say a person's name. Of course, their higher self will figure out whether they want to release it or not, because we hold on to entities sometimes. You don't want entities attached to you, also known as spirits, and there's also other different types of entities. And the reason why you don't want them attached to you is because you will get tired. Why was I physically exhausted? Because I was in fear of spirit and I was mentally not strong enough. Therefore, they used me as a battery to stay down here. I know that sounds crazy, but we are talking about spirit. Would you let your child stay up until 12 o'clock at night eating lollies because you didn't know how to say no? That's about how ridiculous it is. Like, I let my kids stay up late. They're many gens. I let them do a lot of things. I don't let them stay up until midnight eating lollies. It doesn't make sense. Like, why would I do that? So why would I let spirit suck my energy? They're unconscious with this. They don't know they're doing it. It's not bad. There's no good or bad or wrong or right. So taking spiritual responsibility is really important, guys. Like, really, like taking responsibility for spirit and your relationship with spirit and the people around you. If you're complaining about the people around you, you've got loose boundaries. If people are triggering you around you, they're trying to gift you awareness of something. Okay, going into a riff again. So let's come back in. The next one is energetically. How do you make money energetically? So you can ask spirit to pay you, but please don't go into judgment of how they're paying you, okay? You can say, I'd prefer cash money, please. You can say that, but say, I'm willing to receive payment for doing a clearing today. I command any inorganic beings to release their hold and step away from this house, from this land, whatever, go forward. So moving on, energetically, what did I do to transform my life so I could actually start hitting 10K plus months very easily, I might add, was I decided to get very clear on my purpose. What is my purpose? What is your purpose? To be happy, to be joy, to be me, to be aligned, to go to the beach, to listen to those impulses that come in. Oh, I should do a spirit money masterclass. That sounds like a good idea. What's the difference between me and another person who doesn't make money is they didn't listen to that hunch and they didn't take action. Taking energetic action on those hunches and going, oh, okay, that feels really good. I wonder what else is possible with me doing a masterclass on money. I'm going to sit with it for a little bit. And if it comes back, if it comes back and that intuitive hit comes back, I'm going to take massive action. But first of all, I'm going to write this down and take action right now, because then I talk about journaling a lot. It's going to go up to the universe. It's going to start forming and it's going to start trickling down. And that's how we channel. So I got clear on my purpose, that I had to help all these people out there with a sad look behind their eyes. They were unconscious and living their life like not to their best ability. So when I talk about best ability, I don't mean that you worked your ass off at work. I mean, when you work your ass off, you need to work your ass off to align, which means work your ass off to be joyful and happy. Today, I've had like a full cacao ceremony. I haven't quite got to the bath yet, but I have meditated. I've done breath work with my group. I have done so much and I'm so joyful and happy. I'm going to make money. There's no other way. I have to, because I'm the vibration of money energetically. When you drop your vibration, money, you're like leaking it out, because money is energy. It truly, truly is. And vibration, you know, when you're like, you're a high vibe and you meet like a really cool person, you're like, oh my God, you and I like mesh. This is so amazing. We're so similar. And then, you know, when you're feeling like really kind of crappy and then you meet somebody else and then they start going, oh my God, my life, my husband, I'm so broke. Hey, let's start comparing how much washing we have. My job is harder than yours. My kid sleeps longer than yours, or yours sleeps. Oh my God, I don't want to talk about it. It's making me pass out with unconsciousness. I was that person. My friend goes, I woke up at 5:30 and I said, wow, that was a nice sleep in. I've been up all night. You know, when we're playing this energetic battle of victim mode, bye, TL. When we do that, then what we're doing is we're doing comparison. It's so dumb. Like, it's so unconscious and it doesn't do anything. It might make you feel a little bit better, but you're still playing at low consciousness. To raise that consciousness, you have to raise your vibration, which is the level of gratitude and joy and love. So energetically, what can we do? So I empowered myself. I've got a purpose, obviously a very deep purpose, because why would I be going through this and talking to spirit? I'm a psychic medium. Oh my God, I'm a psychic medium. Am I a psychic medium? This is weird. Now I'm a psychic medium. Like, the intuitive hit came before I even did it. So how do we pull in money energetically? You pull it in literally energetically. Exactly what I just said. You sit there. I want you to do it now. I want you to kind of sit here and close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath into your beautiful body. Breathe out the day. Breathe down into relaxation. Drop your barriers, drop them down, drop them down, drop them down, and let any barriers that you've put up for protection drop down. You don't need protection. You're powerful, you're potent, you're perfect, just the way you are. Drop them down. Now come into your heart center and feel the gratitude for your divine body today, for this moment of peace, for this moment. It's Friday here in New Zealand. Whoop, whoop. It is Friday. Yay. And you've had a great day. And think about a kitten, think about your child, think about something that brings you joy. Maybe it's your dinner. I don't know. Think about someone who just ain't kind for you and feel the warmth of gratitude. Just hold on to a thought, bring it into your heart and feel your heart warm. Now spread that warmth, that gratitude, that light throughout your entire body. So your whole body is like a light vessel of gratitude. Okay, so now we're going to do some expanding. So I'm going to ask you to open your crown chakra. So the top of your head, just open it up. And visualize a beautiful white light coming from the universe down through the top of your head, going down the back of your spine, down through your legs, down through your feet, and into the earth. It's lighting up the earth as it does so. Doing an earth healing while you do this. Beautiful. Now from this space, I'm going to invite you now to just drop your head energetically into your heart. No thinking is required here. You don't even have to try, okay? Feel that warmth in your heart and your body and expand. Fill it into your aura, about 3 meters around you in all directions. Now expand faster and expand into the room, into the house, around the world and through the world. Let's just go straight for it, right out to the universe. Expand, 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 expand. You are faster than light. And now the world is tiny and you are huge. This is how large you truly be. It may be unfamiliar. You may be already out there. Just trust that you're doing this, right? You're one with Source. Beautiful. I just want you to acknowledge your body, where it is, sitting here or lying here, in this house, in this room, on this chair, wherever you are. Acknowledge how tiny you are, yet potent. Now we're going to start energy pulling in money. So I'm going to ask you to pull everything from the room into your body, around your body, through your body like wind. Pull, 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 pull. And now pull from the house, everything in the house, the people, the things in the house, everything from the fridges and the beds and the plants. Energy pull, energy pull, energy pull around you, through you. Now energy pull from all the trees and all the people and all the animals from the earth. Energy pull, energy pull, energy pull, energy pull. Now energy pull from all the money in the world. All the gold, all the diamonds, all the beautiful cars, all the things you love, the abundance and the things that trigger you. Think about all those beautiful things that all those rich people have. If you have any issues with rich people, I want you to be triggered, and I want you to pull energy from all of that into you and around you and through you, because you are all energies. Pull energy from the planets. Pull energy, pull energy, pull energy, dropping your barriers so you can receive. I receive all the money codes, all the jewels in abundance from everywhere, everyone, everything. Don't forget to pull it from the spirit and the beings and the fairies and the mermaids and the ocean. Energy pull, energy pull, energy pull, energy pull. Oh, you should be feeling yourself filling up now. Feeling this energy rise as a collective, as we're together doing this energy pull, inviting in money, inviting in codes. Feel it integrate into your cells and your DNA. I am worthy of money because I am. I allow myself to receive money in all shapes and forms from all sources of life, in all time, space, and dimensions, because I am worthy of receiving, because I'm here on purpose and I get paid to be me. Energy pull, energy pull, energy pull. Now, as you feel that heart expand even more, and you're full and you're swirling around, see all that gold swirling around in your vortex. Reach out and grab it. Bring it into your heart. You are money. And feel the air coming into your system as you're breathing in money. I am money. I deserve money. I am worthy of money. I be money. It is all coming to me. It's all in my vortex, and I'm willing to receive it now. Now, feeling that heart, and I'm going to ask you to trickle a tiny bit of this energy, like I like to see it as silver or gold sparkles, out to all of those people that want to contribute to you and pay you in all lifetimes, space, and dimensions. Soul clients, people that owe you money from past lives, the earth, the spirit, and all you have to do is be willing to receive. Sprinkling it out so they can find you, so they can come and pay you. Give them your bank account number if you want. Open your wallet. Open that crown and let all of that money fill up. Beautiful. And as you are sitting here in this beautiful space, I'm going to activate you with some light language. Let's just do the full hog. Unleashing here. Emahia mari 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 kon mari kati kama mari mar ke mo mari kama kon mari kara kama 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 emari kama mari mari kama kara mari mari kama mari kara kara are ara kara mari 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 kara mari mo kara mari kara kara. Beautiful. Just be willing to receive. If you haven't heard light language before, it might be a little bit wacky, but it is galactic codes. Beautiful. And bringing yourself back into your body, wriggling your fingers and toes and opening your eyes wide awake. So some money codes there. That's some energy pulling. And that's what we do for energetically pulling in money, energetically pulling in clients. Every single program I've ever done, I've sat there and energy pulled, energy pull, energy pull, energy pull, trickle out to all of those people who need to do release your blocks or magnificent mediumship or whatever, right? So, and then people go, hey, Vic, can I come and do this? Absolutely. How do you think they found me? I'm not silly. I energy pulled. And I showed them where I was with my light. That's how I get people from all around the world. This is what you can do as well. I'm recording this because I know there's a lot of information. So, mindset. You're worthy because you are. You're worthy because you are. You're worthy because you were born on purpose to be here right now, right here, right now, to receive that code. To have that conversation with that friend in that cheers, to celebrate your successes, to get married or to whatever. You're here because you're meant to be here to experience all these things. And we all have a soul connection right now. That's why we are here. So how do we bring this into our mindset? We affirm the living daylights out of ourselves. And I've written an affirmation here before as I channeled out. I am worthy because I am. What I do has nothing to do with the deserving of money. This is very important. What actions can I take to bring the money forth into the reality? Because it's already sitting in your vortex. I'm worthy because I am. It's got nothing to do with what I'm doing in my business. It's got nothing to do with being a good person. I am willing to have money. Like there's a lot of AHs that have money. They're worthy of having money too. What's the difference between someone who's broke and someone who has money, even if they are an AH? Because good people have money too. It's got nothing to do with the money. It's all to do with the receiving. And if you are willing and ready to receive what your birthright is of abundance, and you don't have fear of spirit, and you've got your emotional mastery and mindset by, having coaches. I know there's actually a few coaches on here, so I love it. And they have coaches. Then what actually happens is magic and miracles, which my coach, Vanessa Halleck, says, magic and miracles are yours. Magic and miracles come to you because you know that it's all coming. If you doubt yourself and say, no one's going to pay me because I don't know if I'm good enough or I've done enough yet, then no one's going to pay you. Like it's like actually a no-brainer. Like, why would someone pay you if you were doubting yourself? Instead, you show up and you go, here I am, I'm showing up and I'm worthy of being paid just because I'm here. I woke up today. Now, it's very important to know that you have to do some work. Now, there's two lots of people that go, I'm so woo-woo. I'm so like the spirit guides will show me the way. Yay. Yay. I don't have to do anything. Yes, you do. You do have to do something. You have to take aligned action. When Spirit Money Masterclass came up, I was like, wow, that sounds really, really cool. I'll let that land. Oh, it landed again. Boom. I took action. My spirit guides wasn't going to make this happen. Like, they're not going to make it happen. They're going to give you the intuitive hits. They're going to give you the whispers. And they're going to say to you, hey, if you go do this thing, then magic and miracles are going to happen. Now, this is a free class. How am I going to make money from this? I trust and I know that the universe has got my back. And if I take action, then I can lay back. And the universe, God, angels, spirit guides, whatever your thing is going to swoop in and reward me for doing my purpose. It's actually that simple. It's actually that ridiculously simple. Now, the scariest part about this is showing up. So some people won't want to do a masterclass and show up and be open and go, I'm going to be unapologetically me and do light language off the cuff like that. People don't do that, but you have your own superpower. And if you can work through that scared feeling. I know a few of you are wanting to start your own Facebook groups and do mediumship because you've done magnificent mediumship. And it's like do I really want to show up? I'm scared. And I go, I don't care if you're scared, push through and do it. Where there is fear, I can see some of you smiling at me. Where there is fear, There is not gratitude. But you can be scared and be in gratitude. I felt a little bit nervous before this. I was like, oh, and I thought, yes, I'm excited. I'm always chasing that feeling because I'm expanding and growing. I don't want to be complacent or bored. I'm not here for that. I'm here to grow and expand and bring others with me. So when I felt that little bit of butterflies and I started writing notes, so then I didn't just like throw the spaghetti at the wall like my husband says I do. Instead, I could put a little bit of structure in. Structure goes out the window with me anyway. What happened was I was like, yes, I feel a little bit scared. What if no one shows up? But then I stopped thinking about that and I go, I'm going to show up anyway. If no one shows up and I'm going to do this masterclass, so that's just an example of me. So what is that for you? What scares the living daylights out of you? Maybe it's writing the book. Maybe it's starting the Facebook group. Maybe it's asking for a pay rise or a promotion. Maybe it's starting a business. Maybe it's telling your husband you want things to shift and change. Maybe it is having a deeper connection or finding the love of your life. I don't know. Like, there's all these things and they're all scary because I'm meant to be. But don't turn it into fear. Because remember, you are strong, you are powerful, you are potent, and you are perfect. And you're here on purpose. It's very important to know. So, yeah, affirmations. I'm worthy because I am. I'm worthy because I am. And I'm worthy of being paid huge amounts of money because I woke up today. Because I'm breathing this air. Because I'm having a shower. Because I'm honoring my body. I'm touching my body. I'm bringing in pleasure. I'm having joy. I'm dancing with my kids. I may be broke right now, but you know what? It's all coming to me. And I'm going to expand with love and gratitude and do that money code thing that crazy person talked about. I'm going to see how it feels. I'm going to ask spirit to pay me. I'm energetically going to pull energy. And for my mindset, I'm going to clean up by doing Victoria's workbook. Great workbook, by the way. This is from my paid groups about where I've got mistaken beliefs about money. What is my first memory about money? So think about it. What is your first memory about money? Was it that you had too much and you felt stink for the poor people? Or was it that you didn't have enough and you couldn't actually get what your friends had? There'd be one or the other. You'll be messed up with either one. I had a friend who said I was so afraid because we had money. So people thought we were rich. Of course, we weren't. We had tons of money, but of course we had millions and millions of dollars worth of mortgages. But I felt judged because I had nice things. We try to fit in as a society for survival. And what you need to know now is that paradigm is gone. The working hard for money thing is not working anymore. The aligning to your human design, you can Google that, human design, if you don't know about that. It's what I bring into all of my programs now. Your blueprint is a thing that's going to transform your entire life. So we've got projectors, mani-gens, manifestors, reflectors, and projectors, mani-gens, manifestors, generators, and reflectors. And we all have this blueprint. It looks a bit like this. If you can get your free one online. And we have got all these chakras, right? And we've got all these open chakras. They don't tell you that. They just say, go balance your chakras, use a pendulum. We feel other people's emotions and we feel if they feel scarcity, and then we make it our own. 99.8% of your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and judgments are not yours because you pick them up with conditioning or programming. If you can understand that and bring that into your mindset, then when you do this workbook, you will actually realize that none of it was yours in the first place. Are you willing and ready to receive money? And jewels and clothes and Doc Martens and hats and lipstick and I don't know, like I think we've got some males on here like camping gear and I don't want cars, whatever guys like. Are you willing and ready to receive what you truly want? Now, the truth of the matter is, if you are not willing and ready to receive all of this, it is because you do not think that you are worthy of receiving it, or you're empathing on other people's points of views and feelings and emotions. Straight up, that's what you're doing. And you are doing that because you're a kind and caring person and have to prove your worthiness by feeling other people's feelings. So again, it comes down to worthiness, doesn't it? So can you please acknowledge now that the more money that you have, the more that you can give? If I didn't make money, I couldn't do this masterclass. Why would I do this masterclass if I had no money? Like, why would I pay to get a workbook made? Why? And my tech team, I do this with all of my my challenges, right? So I can give out. People will come and they will come and work with me after this, sure. Some people won't, and they will get what they got, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. So the more money I have, the more I can do this. I can fund my podcast, which costs me money. I can literally help starving people. I can go and do consciousness classes for children where I basically make nothing. I just pay for the venue. Why am I doing this? Because I care and my message, and I'm worthy of sharing my message because I'm here on purpose. And if I didn't truly believe that, and if I went back into the smaller version of Victoria, I'm not worthy, I'm in fear, I'm not good enough, and I'm exhausted, and I bought into that victim mode mentality, which is probably picked up by society and tribe and stuff like that, I wouldn't be doing anything. I wouldn't even be making a difference. The more money I make, the more I can give. It's that simple for you. So no matter where you are in the world, no matter where you are in your businesses, you can bring money in today, spiritually and energetically. I know I have people that come and work with me, and some people will take 6 months before they start bringing a lot of money. Other people won't make any money, and other people will work with me for 3 days. And the minute they sign that contract, money is flowing in and in and in and in. The only difference is of what they are willing to receive. Do they listen to their intuitive hits? Do they take action? So masculine, feminine, woo woo, it's all coming to me. And then the other side of this is masculine. I work hard, I do all the things. Why is everything not working to me? I see this with my clients too. They do all the structure, they do everything, they do all the techie stuff, they know what they're doing, their posts are great, their content is fantastic. No one watches. No one sees them. And the reason why they don't see them and watch them is because you have to have the divine feminine, the energetic part of it, which matches the post. If you see my post or see me showing up, this isn't scripted, because if it was scripted, it'd be dumb. I'm not even talking to the humans here. I'm talking to your being. So it's probably going past some of your cognitive minds, and that's okay. But what you need to know is the divine feminine and the masculine. There has to be this beautiful balance. We must check in every single day because you've been conditioned to be strong, to be fighters, to be survivors. And, yeah, lots happening around the world and we're still in survival mode. I get that. But the way we get through this is to tap into huge amounts of gratitude. And what you did just then in that meditation, when you glowed up the world, is you all made a massive difference to the world. You will be paid just by doing that. Every time you meditate, every time you feel love, every time you smile at somebody, every time you do these things, you make a difference. And if you are willing to receive payment for that, you will. How do you do that if you've got a receiving problem? Because you probably all have to some extent, including myself. Like, there's different layers here. There's so many layers to unwrap. I am willing to receive, I am willing to receive, I am willing to receive, I'm willing to receive, and anything that doesn't allow me to receive, I destroy and uncreate that now. Be willing to receive money, be willing to receive love, and go through the mindset of why you're not willing to receive money or love. It's the same thing. We stop breathing air sometimes because we're too busy. Do you guys ever do that where you're like going, oh, I'm getting a bit dizzy. Whoops, I'm so busy, I forgot to breathe. Isn't that ridiculous that we think we're not worthy of stopping and breathing? Like, it doesn't make any sense. If we can receive money just like air. We really, really can. So parents and situations and feelings have given you blocks around money, receiving blocks, and also releasing blocks. Okay, so you're here to release and have emotional mastery and mindset, just like I talked about. Once you can unlock that, and once you have support and unleash that and align to your design, and start functioning from this 5D energetic being you are, not just this human, but not so much thinking, just following the energy and coming together with that and trusting it's all going to work out, taking aligned action. So literally taking action on what this beautiful divine, source energy God is giving us right there, saying, hey, you should go do that. It's a great idea. Thank you. I might do that one day. I'll try. Maybe. Oh my God. Do you know the amount of times I say, stop using try, stop using maybe, stop using these words, consciously go, thank you for that. I'll let that land, and then look at it and go, what action can I take right now? Write it down. Take action, move, just move and go, oh, I'm going to go tell someone. I'm going to voice message my friend. I was just thinking, Tina's on here, right? And I said to Tina, Spirit Money Masterclass. It just came to me and she's like, yep, saw that in the cards. And I was like, oh, I guess you already read that. Funny. I took action by vocalizing it, by writing it down, by bringing it in and saying, show me more, by asking a question. Okay, so power, surrender, faith, and truth. This is the stuff I channeled out before the session. So we're so afraid of power because all of those people in the past that had the power, they cut off their heads. They hung us. They put us on crosses. They literally stoned us. They literally, let's not even go there because we are still in a bit of trauma about all of this. No wonder we're in fear. But at the end of the day, we have to call our power back. This is everything I did. I did this in breathwork with Spiritually Aligned membership today, which is a membership anyone can join. And it was calling your power back. And people have profound changes and shifts because we've given our power away because we had to in past lives. We may have had to in this life too for survival. But going forward with our children, they don't have to because the shifts aren't about the power. It's not about the man force. That stuff is not working anymore. It's about that true alignment of who we be. So what I wrote here was, nothing and no one can hurt you. You are the strongest entity in your reality. No one can hurt you unless you allow them to. No entity can spook you or freak you out unless you allow them to. So, of course, we have to work on this inner strength of I am the strongest entity. This is what I teach children. I say, where's your wand? I used to clear children and go into their houses and stuff. And they'd go, get me their wand. I was like, cool. They all have a wand. Even boys, my kids have them. I got my wand, my real wand. And I was like, I'm the strongest entity. Anyone that is not here of my highest good, get out now, please. I want to go to sleep. Those children didn't have nightmares ever again. Children can close portals. Children, I won't go too much into that because I would talk, it's all a magnificent mediumship. But you go, whew, you light up the room, it's intention, but also we are light. Just because we've got a body, we're not just a body, we're a being. Light up the room and say, anything that's not here of the highest good for me, leave. I want to go to sleep. My boundaries are, do not wake me in the night. It's actually quite simple, and we underestimate what children can do. Nothing can hurt you because you're the strongest entity in your reality if that is what you believe. If you believe you're a victim, you are a victim. If you believe you're scarce, you are in scarcity. So sometimes we have to go, well, I'm not choosing this anymore. So what help can I get to unlock these patterns? Surrender. Now that is scary. Being submissive, right? Everyone knows 50 Shades of Grey. That stuff used to freak me out. I'm like, no, I am strong. I am powerful. Surrendering means I did my 50%. Now I trust and have faith that the universe is going to contribute to me. Thank you so much. I'm willing to receive now. Boom. Close the diary. Turn off, get out of the shower, wherever you're doing this stuff. It's called prayer. Religion got a few things right. Prayer is one of them. Practicing faith is another. But we must have faith within ourselves. And then, of course, the faith is the 50% universe, 50% you. Take a line to action. Listen to what you really need to do. It's not about the hard work. It's about what is required for me now. I knew that I had a big day, and I knew that I wanted to be 100% for you. So I trusted it was all going to land. And then I went and I pampered myself for most of the day so I could turn up to my 3 hours of all the things I was doing at 100%. That's what I needed to do the work. So you need to know how you align to make money. And then, of course, there's truth. This may trigger people. Are you willing to see the truth of what you truly believe and who you truly are? This is when shadows come up. Because when you're looking at who you are, and I found this the first couple of years, I really didn't want to look at my past. I was so embarrassed. I had so much toxic shame. This comes under mindset and emotions. And I didn't want to look at how my parents or other people around me had affected me with my conditioning. I really didn't want to, because I love everybody. I don't want to, be angry. I don't want to be upset with anything. I just want to move on and be happy. See that tone in the voice? I just want to be happy. How many times have we just said to people, I just want to be happy? No one's going to make you happy. You must do the work, and the unsexy work is really going, if I want to make money, if I want to get my message out there, if I want to show up, if I want my husband, I did a live today on my group, Intuitive Upgrade with Victoria Bond on Facebook, and I read a diary entry that I wrote over a year ago, nearly to the exactly a year ago, which is weird that I found this diary and opened it up and it's the only diary journal entry in there. And it said, I want my husband to leave his job, and I desire to make money, and I desire to get my message out there. This is what it said in my diary. I did all of that really, really fast because I put that intention out there. And I knew that nothing was going to stop me. Nothing and no one. And I'd never give up. I did that coach and that coach and that coach. They all gave me the things I needed. I did this program and this program and this program. I read that book and that book and that book. I put out that offer and that offer and that offer. I tried that program and that program and that program. But too many people are giving up on the first program or the first book or the first coach. The truth is, you can't give up on your purpose or what makes you happy. It's like straight up legit. That's what it's about. Okay. And being honest with yourself is saying, did I do the very best I could? Not did you work like a dog or work to the bone? Did you do the best you could? Did you take the time out to come into prayer? Or affirmations? Did you take the time out to bathe your body, to have pleasure with your body, to have the ultimate orgasmic pleasure with your body, to turn on your true pussy power? Yep, I just said it. I just said the pussy power. Did you do it? Did you turn on the money codes? Did you go to the places that other people won't go with your shadows? You stopped blaming and you started taking huge amount of responsibility. Did you do that? This is everything I've just said is like a life journey. You've probably heard it before. I hear the same stuff from my coach all the time, and I love it. I love it because you already know everything. You've been told this so many times. I'm sure of it. There might be some new things in there for you. I'm not sure. So what are you getting from this? Put it in the chat box. Let me know. Let me know what you're getting from this. Now, in the masterclass, there's a couple of questions that I wanted you to fill out. So I'm going to go through these questions, and you can scribble them down because I do want to go through a little process with you. Okay, so write in the chat box what these aha moments are for you, because when you take action and you are popping something down, you're writing it down, you're actioning something. Things are going to happen. The money's going to flow. The spirits are going to come to be cleared. They're already here, but you know what I mean. So energetically pulling, spiritually being paid, mindset mastery. Okay. So as humans, we do avoidance. This is in the workbook. I'm just touching base on it because I haven't used it yet. So we do avoidance when it comes to doing the real work. What I used to do with my coach, I'm just going to like riff while you guys are typing in the chat box and telling me what you're getting, was I would start talking to her and telling her this big story, all because I was doing avoidance. And my clients do it sometimes too. And I go, hang on, stop. Come on. What action are you going to take? Oh, I was enjoying telling my story. Yes, because you were doing avoidance. We do generalizing information, which you'll probably do some generalizing here. Distorting it, so it comes in our head completely different. Cool, Tanya. Or generalize, distort, or delete. We just delete it straight away. And I'll say to my clients, I've told you this 5 times. And they go, oh, have you? And I'm like, yep, but you weren't ready to hear it. You weren't ready to hear it until you worked with me for a year or whatever it is, because we delete stuff, we distort, we generalize, we delete. That's a typical kind of life coaching thing. Okay, so I'm just going to look at these comments here. Huge reminder of energetic pull. Yeah, cool. I'm getting a huge reminder to do what is right for me in the way that feels right to me. Yeah, you have to. Like, you have to do things the way that feels right for you, because that is your beauty, that is your potency, that is your power, that is your superpower that everyone has. So yeah, cool. Thank you, guys. I need to take more action and be one with myself and everything around me. Absolutely. Taking personal responsibility for our actions. Everyone thinks you're bonkers. But bonkers is great. My husband can't get his head around the light language yet. He's having cacao with me, and we go into these awesome modes. I'm having a goddess bath. I respect my cycles and all these different amazing things. And he goes, just not quite there with the light language. Just let me catch up, babe. My best friend knows I'm bonkers and they love me for it. What is bonkers? You know, like, yeah, exactly. So these questions, okay, I want you to write this down. So what are your current triggers with money? So we're just going to go through a few questions, and then we're going to do one process, and then there's going to be a Q&A because we need to be done in the next 25 minutes. What are your current triggers with money? You can pop them in the chat box because then I can clear them, or you can pop them in your book, up to you. What are your current triggers with money? Do rich people trigger you? Friends talking about money? Not having money? If you don't have any, then you're probably blocked and repressing. Unless you've been doing a lot of money work. Okay, so I'm going to go through these really fast. So I don't want you to think, I just want you to scribble, okay? I think work. Having time to be me, stuck in a job. Yeah. Yeah, that stuck feeling, isn't it? That's stuck. So this is where you do energy pulls and your spirit stuff as well. And asking if you feel stuck because you don't have enough time. So thank you, Philip. That's great. Triggers when it comes, it goes on mundane stuff. Yeah. So why would you want to bring in money if it's just for mundane stuff? Like, why would you even bother, type of thing? After my position being made redundant, I am not receiving money at the present. Right, okay, so where's your point of view is that you have to have a job to get money? That I don't have enough and needing to save and help my husband who wants to save. Yeah, so needing, I don't have enough, the words around that. So changing that around, I want you to change that sentence around, Gayleen, and rewrite it. So Philip, time, thank you. If you don't have enough time, ask for more space. I don't have enough time to get it all done. I don't. It's good for Victoria. She's got a tech team and a babysitter and all these different things. I didn't. I was a full-time hairdresser, exhausted and scarcity and having a side hustle. I created it. You can create it too. What would it take for me to have the time to have alone time, to fill my cup? That's all you have to ask if you have time issues. Never having enough money, fear of not having enough if something goes wrong. So that's a fear. What overcomes fear? extreme amount of gratitude. Every time you feel fear about not having enough, this is what I do. So Mel Robinson, thank you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop thinking. Come back to love, feel the love. You're not being ignorant and ignoring. You're literally transforming. Okay. It's not like you're not paying your bills. You're just like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop thinking, come back to love and expansion and energy pulling in, bringing in the money. I have more than enough. It is all coming my way. So transforming that. So are you loving it? So are you loving money or hating money? Is it a love or hate relationship? I want you to be really honest here. Truth. Do you love money? Is it light and expansive? Or do you hate money? Be really, really honest here. I struggle hearing the words, I don't have any money from other people. Yeah, that triggers you because you're a projector. And that's a mirror towards you. So even though you're not feeling that, you're like, but it's not true. So that's what you're wanting to do as a projector, and the energy type is like, but it's not true. Money is yours. So yeah, it's really interesting, isn't it, Kylie? I'm currently in a huge manifestation step up. I'm so very excited about what is coming to me very soon. Yeah, it's already here. It's already here. It's already here. It's already coming. It's like literally here. Breathe it in. Breathe it in. I love spending money. Oh, so do I. I have money, but I must share it. Ah, interesting. I have money, but when I get money, I've got to give it away. So why am I working my ass off? Because I've got to pay tax and GST. And also I've got to pay people. So why don't I just get a normal job? Like I've got to give it away to the tax man, and like I just said that, but the power man and yada, yada, yada. I love having money to have the freedom to do the fun things. Okay, this is cool. So seeing what you love about it and countering out why money is coming to you, because you're like, money comes and it goes, money comes and it goes. So in this book, I want to talk about your energetic minimum. I used to have an energetic minimum of 0. Before that, it was the minus, the overdraft, the credit card, oh my gosh, now I've got like 7K on my credit card. Oh shit, how am I going to get out of this hole? But now, then I went to 0 and I was like, woohoo, I feel rich. And then I went to like $100. And at the end of the week, this is only 2 years ago, if I had $100 on my bank account, I was like, I can go shopping. I got rid of it because someone else is going to take it away, aren't they, Tina? Someone else is going to take your money. You've got to share it. You've got to share it with your kid. You've got to share it with your husband. You've got to share it with, the grocery man, like whatever. So what if we could change all of that around and see what our new belief of money was? What if there was so much overflow that when the bills came in, it didn't matter? So invite it in. I invite an overflow. I invite an overflow. If I had so much money and I didn't care about the points of view of other people, because that's not relevant because they are conditioned and programmed as well, and we're talking about you, then I can share my message. I can volunteer. I can be on a platform. I love having money to share with others and share the joy of receiving. Beautiful. Absolutely. What would it take for me to make this my reality immediately, right now, right here? I went from 0 to 10K months fast. Last January, never gone back. Never gone back. I've had multiple 5-figure months, multiple. Like what a lot of people make in a year. I couldn't believe it. But I kept saying, how does it get any better than this? For those access conscious people, you know what I'm saying? How does it get any better than this? 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 What else is possible with bringing in more money? What else is possible with doubling this 10K month? And where can I receive it from? Spirit, who owes me money? And I'll literally round up the money. So I cleared all of these people, and my bank account, is looking a little bit low. I'm not okay with this. This is loose boundaries. I'm going to stop clearing every motherfucker, excuse my language if there's children around, and giving out my energy, because I'm going to get really tired and exhausted if I don't have this balance, frequency, vibration, raise it up. You're not here to save anyone. You're not responsible for anybody. I want you to say this out loud. I am not here to save anybody. I am not here to be responsible for anybody other than myself. You write that down and you say that 10 times a day. And then you say, I'm willing to be money and I'm willing to receive money, you will start having money if that's all you do. Do you believe that you can just have it because you can, or do you believe that you have to work to the bone to make the money? Honestly, I can guarantee that 90% of you think that you have to work hard for money in some way, shape, or form. Even the extremely conscious people here, because it is so programmed in you in everyday life. If I could have money with ease and I had a genie in a bottle and I could choose whatever I wanted to choose, what would that be? And how would I like my life to look? Close your eyes. Visualize the $1 million version of you now. And drop your barriers and expand. And I just want you to feel the earth fill you up, because I know this is a lot of energy right now. Let the earth fill you up with energy right now. So get flowing. I don't want you chunking out. I want you to listen with your being, not your body. $1 million version or $1 billion version, whatever resonates with you. Maybe you're already a millionaire. If I was $1 million version of me, how would I feel? Knowing that all your friends and your family and everybody love you and they want the very best for you. So they're all smiling, okay? They're all supporting you. The world is supporting you. How would I feel? How would I look? What would I wear? What contribution could I be? What does my house look like? What does my love life look like? What does my bank account look like? It's coming in every week. It's never ending. It's just overflow and overflow and overflow and overflow. How does this make me feel knowing I don't have to worry? All the bills that come in, no biggie. Anyone else that needs money from me, whatever. Sure. So much overflow of clothes and food and jewels. What are you wearing? What is the facials? What is your body language doing? What does your relationships look like? What are these soul connections that have come into your vortex? How do you feel within your body, within your mind, within your purpose? Allow it, call it in, call back the $1 million version of you, who you be. You chose to be here. You chose a body. The body has to be looked after. Calling in the money, calling in the power, calling in the potency, calling in the codes and the activations and the DNA shifts now. Beautiful. What is your house overlooking? What are the things in your house? What does your workday look like? How many hours are you working? What does your job look like? What do your shoes look like? What do your weekends look like? What does the climate look like? Feeling it all. Feeling it all. You are worthy of money and expansion and overflow. Opening your crown and just letting this gold energy pour in. Fill your entire body out from your toes and your legs, your knees, your hips, your tummy, your chest, your arms, your throat, your head. Fill the entire thing up like gold is pouring in. Be gold. Be the $1 million version of you. anything that doesn't allow you to know, be, and perceive that you are worthy of all the money, all of the abundance, all of the joy, all of the pleasure. Destroying and uncreating it now. Feeling these feelings and bringing yourself back. And opening your eyes and wiggling your fingers and toes and knowing that you can come back to this place at any time. In fact, I'm going to challenge you to be her or him daily. Find a ritual. I do it in the shower. I'm like, I am so grateful for the overflow and for the clients. And I literally dress up as $1 million version of myself when I'm in work mode. I feel like if I put lipstick on, for me, some people just love, I'm natural some days as well. I just go, what is $1 million version of me going to do today? Oh, she really feels like putting on her hat or wearing her scarf or putting on her Doc Martens. I don't do high heels anymore after 20 years of hairdressing. So she feels like wearing her jewelry today. Or she feels like just wearing black activewear. What does $1 million version of me feel like doing and being today? And that's what I do. So the next one is looking deeper. Okay, so we've got like one more question, right, for you to write out. What are your triggers with money? Write down any obvious triggers, obvious triggers at the moment, which you should have done at the beginning. But so what you don't have the money is required for. What you don't have the money for. My English, my dyslexia, owning that superpower. So how much you want to be making in business, but currently are not. So these are some of the triggers. What you don't have that money is required for. That's how I was meant to say it. Maybe you need a new car. Maybe you've got a bill sitting there. Maybe there's a coach you want or a program that you want to do. Maybe there's a retreat you want to go to. Maybe you just want to go out for dinner. But you have to look at the price list. My husband said to me, the best thing about having money, Victoria, is I can buy what I want and you don't tell me to not buy the most expensive thing. Do you know how embarrassed I was the other day when he said that? I used to tell him not to use the Molenbeek bread. I said that in front of his mum too. Use the cheap bread for toast. You know, you guys probably all know what I'm talking about if you've been in scarcity. You know, don't use too much of that. Don't do too much of this. You know, I want to go grocery shopping without a calculator. Beautiful. These goals, these targets are real, and you will. Someone messaged me the other day after listening to a podcast and said she went grocery shopping. She went way over with treats for her kids. She sat there feeling guilty, and then she came back to the podcast and went, I'm worthy of receiving because I am, and the money's going to come to me, and it's amazing, and it's going to be great. And she started like doing this reprogramming, and she messaged me the other day and said, Victoria, I did it again. I went into the shop and I had no calculator and I bought all the things. And the weirdest thing happened. I got so much. And the bill was so small. And then my husband got a bonus. Thank you for the podcast. She received from the podcast. That's all that happened. She received the information and then she implemented it. It's not about how much you're doing. It's about what you're willing to receive. Okay, so with these answers, how do these answers make you feel? Do they make you feel bitter, frustrated, jealous, angry, or grateful? Just highlight or circle one of those. Now look at the energy and notice it. Notice the energy about these triggers. Feel the triggers of not being able to have what you want. See the shadow. See the scarcity. You can turn that up by noticing someone else that has it. That's always a good way. Turn it up. Feel the pain of not having those things. What do you notice? Allow yourself to feel the emotions. Where does this come from? Who does this truly belong to? 99.9% of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs did not come from you. So this feeling that you're feeling, who does it belong to? You can identify it, but you don't have to. Let's return to center with consciousness now. Beautiful. Who does this truly belong to? You can write it down, because then later on you can journal. Might be dad, might be grandparents, maybe society, maybe a school teacher, whatever. Now I want you to say, who does this belong to? Return to center with consciousness. Who does this belong to? Return to center with consciousness. Who does this belong to? Return to center with consciousness. Say it out loud. Who does this belong to? Return to center with consciousness. You may not know what the trigger is, but you may feel it. You may feel a bit frustrated or triggered right now with me, whatever, I don't care. I'm here to help you. Who does this belong to? Return to center with consciousness. Allow that to go back to the person, and then back to the person, then back to the person, and then all the people of those people. Now, how do you feel? This trigger that you had, is it still relevant now? Beautiful. Coming from that expanded space, so when we did the energy pull, when you're right into the universe, just tap back into that for a second, because you are that expanded in this space right now. And look, observe yourself. If you want to close your eyes, you can. Observe yourself from that expanded space of your being and ask, is this trigger true? Is it still relevant for me now? Are you ready to release this now? Are you truly ready to release this money stuff? Or maybe it's receiving of love, potency, abundance. Are you ready to receive? Anything that doesn't allow you to know, be, and perceive and receive, destroy and uncreate it now. Beautiful. Coming back in. You guys can go back and write about that soon. How do you really feel about money? Love and hate are polarity. The world is full of it. Are you buying into other people's realities? I'm going to leave it there. But what I'm going to say, I'm just going to actually finish this page. Worrying is creating unwanted drama, which is keeping you stuck in an addiction loop. I go way deep into that in Release Your Blocks Live. But what I've actually given you a book to jump into. Is called The Big Leap. And I highly recommend it because it actually helps you to stop. It's called upper limiting, sorry. So you upper limit yourself. So you're like, I must worry because money comes in, and then you start freaking out about where it needs to go to. Or the more people pay me, the more energy I've got to give out. And you're making up all of these excuses to not bring in money. It's a mindset stuff. So that book is really good for that. Receiving money is all about safety. So no wonder we go to fear. How many people are going to want me if I win the lotto? Oh God, I don't want to win the lotto anymore. I have to give my mum $1 million, then this person this person this person. You're in the car and you're like, hey babe, what would happen if we won $5 million? And you end up with like $100,000 because you just gave it all away. And you're like, oh, I can't be bothered going to fetch the money. And then I'm going to have to organize who I'm giving it to and buy some houses here because you can only give so much of it away. Look, I'm stopping to breathe because I'm like, it's exhausting winning the lotto, so it must be exhausting winning money. This is all these unconscious beliefs that we have. So receiving money is about safety, so no wonder we go into fear. If you unconsciously believe that, then that won't belong. That if you, I can't even read, I'm sorry, I'm way too 5D right now. You can read it yourself. So I've put so much stuff into here for you guys. Like I said, this is from one of my paid groups. If you are on the email list, you're going to be receiving more. I'm giving you a money loop, a money clearing loop full of clearings. There is so many questions in here. And, are you willing to receive with gratitude? Okay, my best friend took my photo shoot, the photo shoot that's on here. I tried to pay her money. said, here's 500 bucks. I think it was, I can't remember. She's like, no. She made this big drama about it. I said, oh, you don't understand. Please receive the money. This photo shoot's going to make me so much money because I had so much fun shooting it. And whenever I have fun and joy, I make heaps of money. And she's like, oh, that's weird. And I go, if you can receive the money with gratitude, then I will be paid. If you don't, then you're actually effing me over. Okay. And I was a little bit like, huh, about it. And she goes, okay, I receive it with gratitude. And I said, thank you. Next time it will be doubled or tripled. And you will receive that with gratitude also. Because at the end of the day, she was like, this photo shoot was next level amazing, like seriously. And it was worth at least $5,000. It was like a whole weekend photo shoot. And I only gave her 10% of that as a thank you. It barely covered her editing time. But the point is, she wasn't willing to receive it until I trained her of why she should receive it with heaps of gratitude, because she was going to mess me up. So I invite you to receive money with gratitude. I invite you to completely receive and trust and have faith that it is coming because it's already here. I invite you to be money and to be the $1 million version of yourself and to invite yourself to that every day. And the only work that you need to do is say, what do I have to do today to align to me, to my design? What do I need to do today to be rich and wealthy and healthy in love and expansion? I take full ownership and responsibility for all that I do and be. And money is coming to me with these because I get paid, not just from my job. I get paid by spirit. I get paid energetically by the earth, by the children in the earth, by the animals. Look, a child just joined. See, we'll get paid now. He came along. You will be paid generously for this. I would put money on it that you're going to get paid for this. So be willing to receive it. I'm glad you could have made it too, my love. Sending you love. I will see you guys later. Bye.